Volume Type Manual Valve TMF64D is independently developed patent product origin. We have got the patents from the US, Russia, India, South Korea, Mexico, and Taiwan. The maximum water treatment capacity of this valve is 10 cubic meter per hour. Adopted downflow for regeneration, widely used in ion exchange equipment, boiler softening water system, RO pretreatment system, household softening system, and other areas. This valve mainly includes wheel, decoration cover, cross recess hand screw, pleasure nut, O-ring, anti-friction washer, shaft, moving disc, fixed disc, sealing ring, valve body, injector. Control valve is a core part of the water treatment softening system, separately connected with system from the water inlet, water outlet, drain outlet, raising tank, riser pipe, and brine tank. Riser pipe should connect the top and bottom strainer. Brine tank should install brine valve inside. Installation of top-mounted type. First step, control valve's installation and rising field. Connect the bottom strainer and the riser pipe with glue, and put it in the middle of the tank. The distance from top of the riser pipe to the mouth of the tank is between 2 to 5 mm. Attention! In order to avoid damaging from the O-ring, the outer circle of riser pipe should be chamfered. Plug the riser pipe with a stopper. Put the funnel in the connector of rising tank. Put the resin into the tank until it reaches at 65% to 70% of the tank height. Attention! Avoid floccules get into the tank during filling. Remove the funnel. Take out the top-threaded strainer connector from spare parts bag and use 5 pieces of typing screw to fasten it into the valve body. Screw the top strainer tightly into the valve body. Put the O-ring into the base. Then screw valve body to rising tank tightly. Second step, pipeline installation. In order to facilitate maintenance, we advise you to adopt 3 ball valves, each for water inlet, outlet, and bypass pipeline. Connect the system's inlet with valve's inlet, and install inlet valve into the inlet pipeline. Attention! If the pressure of the inlet water is more than 0.6 MPa, there must be a pressure-reducing valve before the inlet. Install sampling valve and ball valve in the outlet pipeline. Install bypass valve. It is easy for trial running, exchange filter material, and tank test. Install frame to fix pipeline and bear its gravity. Put drain line flow control into drain outlet. Use UPVC pipe or hose to connect with valve drain outlet. Attention! Valve should be higher than drain outlet, and the distance between them should not be too long. Slide brine tube hose connector over end of brine tube. Insert tube bushing into end of the brine tube. Then tight brine tube hose connector onto brine line connector. The connector of the pipe should be sealed and non-leakage, otherwise may affect the expected results of working flow. If outlet pipeline or water tank is higher than control valve, it should install the liquid level controller in brine tank, otherwise the water will backflow from outlet pipeline or water tank into brine tank on the backwash state. Never connect drain outlet pipeline with sewers. Between them, there must be some space, in case the sewage is siphoned off to system. If sewage is to be reused, it could be put in some kind of container. Meanwhile, there must be some space between them. Installation of side-mounted type. The body of the valve is molded by the high-intensity and high-quality engineering plastic. This valve mainly includes wheel, decoration cover, cross-recess hand screw, pressure nut, O-ring, anti-friction washer, shaft, moving disc, fixed disc, sealing ring, valve body, injector, animated connector, steel fork, connecting pipe, etc. There is ceramic moving disc which is high hardness and flatness in valve body, which highly laminated during one cycle of relative rotating between moving disc and fixed disc. It produces 5 different fluid passing ways, so as to realize these 5 functions named service, backwash, brine and slow rings, brine refill and fast rings. First step, control valves installation and rising field. Put the bottom strainer on the bottom of the tank and tighten it with the bottom connector. Put funnel in the connector of rising tank. Put the rising into the tank until it reaches at 65% to 70% of the tank height. Attention! Avoid floccules get into the tank during filling. Remove the funnel. Install top strainer and side-mounted connector. Then tighten the control valve onto side-mounted connector. If valve's inlet/outlet improperly located, it should be adjusted by the steel fork. Second step, pipeline installation. Connect the system's inlet with valve's inlet, and install inlet valve into the inlet pipeline. If the pressure of the inlet water is more than 0.6 MPa, there must be a pressure-reducing valve before the inlet. Install sampling valve and ball valve in the outlet pipeline. Install bypass valve. It is easy for trial running, exchange filter material, and tank test. Install a frame to fix pipeline and bear its gravity. Put J-line flow control into J outlet. Use UPVC pipe or hose to connect with valve drain outlet. Attention! Valve should be higher than drain outlet, and the distance between them should not be too long. Slide brine tube hose connector over end of brine tube. Insert tube bushing into end of the brine tube. Then tight brine tube hose connector onto brine line connector. The connector of the pipe should be sealed and non-leakage, otherwise may affect the expected results of working flow. If outlet pipeline or water tank is higher than control valve, it should install the liquid level controller in brine tank. Otherwise, the water will backflow from outlet pipeline or water tank into brine tank on the backwash state. Never connect drain outlet pipeline with sewers. Between them, there must be some space, in case the sewage is siphoned off to system. If sewage is to be reused, it could be put in some kind of container. Meanwhile, there must be some space between them. Trial running stage. Install the multifunctional flow control valve on the rising tank according to the using state, and connect pipelines, turn off bypass. turn on inlet valve to 1/4 position slowly. Make water flow into rising tank. If water flow speed is too fast, the media in tank will be damaged. You could hear the sound of air emptying from outlets. When water stops flowing, open outlet valve till all the air in pipeline is empty. Then close the outlet valve and check if it is leakage. If it is, solve it immediately. Open the inlet valve completely and run about 5 minutes, then stop. Rotate the handle wheel or multifunctional flow control valve to backwash position. Let water flow out from drain for about 3 to 4 minutes. Use tube or measuring tool to refill water into brine tank till to the top of air check valve. Add certain salt in brine tank and dissolve it as much as possible. The salt is clean water softening crystal bulk salt only, at least 99.5% pure. Forbidden use refined salt. Rotate the handle wheel or multifunctional flow control valve to brine and slow rinse position. Let control valve suck brine from brine tank until air check valve stop brine sucking. Then stop for a couple minutes, which is slow raising. Rotate the handle wheel or multifunctional flow control valve to brine refill position. Brine refill to required level. Then liquid level control stop, which means brine refill stopped. Brine refill time is about 4 minutes. Rotate the handle wheel or multifunctional flow control valve to faster rinse position. Faster rinse time is about 5 minutes. Take sampling water for analysis. After it is qualified, press menu button to make multifunctional flow control valve rotate to service position. Then it could be used. System working principle. When system is in service state, at this moment, raw water flows into control valve through water inlet, from the top of the valve car to valve body, and through top strainer to tank. Then down through rising layers to be softened water. Through bottom strainer to return to riser pipe and valve car. Finally flow out from water outlet. When starts to regenerate, rotate the handle wheel or multifunctional flow control valve to backwash position. With the change of relative angles of moving disc and fixed disc, the flow channels has been changed. When system starts to regenerate, raw water flows into control valve through water inlet, from the top of the valve cup, through riser pipe to the bottom of the tank, then through bottom strainer to enter into tank. Under the influence of the water flow, the rising layers has been loosened. The broken rising of dirt flow out from drain outlet. When backwash is over, rotate the handle wheel or multifunctional flow control valve to brine and slow rinse position. With the change of relative angles of moving disc and fixed disc, the flow channel has been changed again. Raw water flows into control valve through water inlet, pass valve car to inject inlet, flow quickly to inject outlet, which produces under pressure, so that the brine is sucked from brine tank through brine line connector to valve, then to the tank. The brine is down through rising layers, the bottom strainer to riser pipe, then upward to valve body, valve car, finally flow out from drain outlet. After brine sucked, raw water still flow into control valve from inlet, through valve car, injector to tank, down through rising layers and bottom strainer, upward riser pipe to valve car, then flow out from drain outlet. When brine and slow rinse is over, Rotate handle wheel or multifunctional flow control valve to brine refill position. With the change of relative angles of moving disc and fixed disc, so the flow channel has been changed. Raw water flows into control valve through water inlet. Some part pass valve cord to inject outlet, then and into brine tank through brine line connector. The other part pass injector, valve body and valve core, then flow out from drain outlet. When brine refill is over, rotate the handle wheel or multifunctional flow control valve to faster rinse position. With the change of relative angles of moving disc and fixed disc, so the flow channel has been changed. Raw water flows into control valve through water inlet, from the top of valve core to valve body through top strainer to tank, then pass bottom strainer to riser pipe, finally through valve core. The residual brine is discharged from drain outlet. After fast rinse is over, the whole process of regeneration is finished. Rotate handle wire or multifunctional flow control